So we're going to look at the book of John, that is chapter 1, verse 18. So if you are comfortable in English, please read in English. 한국말이 편하신 분들은 한국말로 읽으시면 됩니다. Let's read it together. No one has ever seen God, but the one and only Son, who is himself God and is in closest relationship with the Father, has made him known. Amen. Amen. So today I'm going to talk about the perfect communicator, and of course you will all know who that is. But before we move on to the main story, I'm going to introduce myself and my one and only hobby, which is coffee. I personally love coffee so much, and I just want to know, 여기서 커피 좋아하시는 분들이 얼마나 계실까요? 그렇게 많지 않네요. 다들 건강하게 사시나 봐요. Yeah, but I love coffee so much. I cannot live without coffee. I have to drink it at least a few cups per day. So because I love coffee, I go to cafe pretty often in my life. But there's this one time that I realized is many people, when they go to cafe, they don't just go there for coffee only. They have other reasons too. So when they drink coffee, they study, or they chat with each other, or they listen to music. So they do something while they're drinking coffee. But the thing is, barista, people who are making the coffees, their intention of making coffee is to provide that coffee only to the customers for them to enjoy the coffee in fullness. Its smell, the taste, the vibe and everything of the coffee. But many people, they don't just look for good coffee. They look for a fair amount of spaces, maybe good parking lot, good desserts, or plugins, of course, something like that. We look for them too. And I noticed that they're not bad to look for, but they also sometimes interrupt us from enjoying those good coffee by itself. And our God, 하나님, He wants to provide that best love for His people. But we don't just go after His love only, but also we want something else in our needs. But our God, His intention, His will is for us to enjoy His love only in fullness. And because we don't know what's right or wrong, He wants to lead us to the best way with His love. Therefore, our God provided, He gave Jesus Christ to us on this very day. The appearance of Jesus Christ is for us to experience, to see, and to hear about the love of God. And that is the perfect way for Him to communicate with us. And I want to present three ways of God's perfect communication and its ways. The first is to understand your loving people. And second is try to communicate according to those people. So for example, when we are talking to the kids, we don't go with fancy words or difficult concepts of life. Well, instead, we try to understand them and how they look the world, how they understand the love, and we use the word in terms for them because we love them so much, right? And thirdly, not only Himself come down to be with us, but He also promised Himself to be with us forever. So for example, another example of this will be Jesus Christ. He came down on earth and He led us to see Him, to hear Him, to experience Him. But also when He went back to heaven, He told us that, He made that promise that He will be with us forever. Therefore, I have a question for all of us. In today's life, do we really want to enjoy the love of God in fullness? Do we want that perfect communicator in our lives? Or do we want the love of God, but do we also want another factor that matters in our life? Just like coffee that we talked about earlier today, I pray that when we hope for the presence of God, we will be able to do it through Jesus Christ, who is already given to us, and enjoy His love and grace and fullness. Amen.